Hey everyone, Bobby here with bippermedia.com. First, thank you so much for running your website through our SEO Authority scan tool. I hope the tool was helpful and useful to you, and now that you see your score, I hope it is insightful to you. The purpose of this video is just to give you a quick overview of what your score is, how it's derived, and why it's important. First, the score that you see is using Ahrefs, which is a SEO tool. We are a partner with Ahrefs, and we use their API to create this scan tool that allows us to produce this authority score. You may be familiar with other authority scores, such as Moz has a DA score or a domain authority score. I think SEMrush has their own tool and score. Google used to have what's called PageRank, where they ranked all sites from 0 to 10, and that was their tool. That was their authority score tool. So we use Ahrefs, and when you see your score, you can see here I have a little graph. It shows that all scores are rated from 0 to 100. Okay, 0 is the lowest score, 100 is the highest score, and where your site falls on that graph tells you where you fall on the authority spectrum. Okay, this 67 that you see in this video, that is our site at bippermedia.com. Okay, so we have an SEO authority score of 67. If you go to Ahrefs directly, the score that the name that they use is DR, or domain rating. Okay, so whatever you see your score as, that is the authority level of your website. Okay, and the higher your score is, the closer you get to 100, with 100 being the highest, the higher your score is. That means the more authority your site has and your business has for higher rankings and to be more competitive in both Google Maps and in Google organic search. Okay, so you may have scrolled down here and you saw where I mentioned that we see over 2,000 scans a month that come through our scan tool. On average, we've noticed, both from working with our SEO clients and by analyzing the scans that come through, on average, a score of 30 or higher is what is required to be competitive in the top search results in Google Maps and in Google organic search, and that's especially true in competitive markets. So to say it another way, that on average, the top ranking sites that we see in Google Maps and Google Organic, they have a score of 30 or higher. Okay, so this score of 30 is a good benchmark for you to use to measure against where your site is coming in at. Okay. However, we also know, because we see over 2,000 scans a month, that approximately 98%, so the overwhelming majority of sites that come through our scan tool, score a 10 or less. Okay, so to say it another way, we see a lot of very low scores, very low SEO authority scores that come through. In fact, 98% of them are a 10 or lower. Okay, so that's what the scan is. That's what the score is. Now, how is the score derived? So Ahrefs, the scan tool, it looks at a couple of things. Number one, it looks at the total number of referring domains that you have pointing to your website. Okay, so if you have a backlink, say from bippermedia.com, that is one referring domain. Bippermedia.com is the referring domain. If you have a backlink from yahoo.com, that is another referring domain. So if you have from Bippermedia and Yahoo, you now have two referring domains, right? If you have a backlink from newyorktimes.com, that would be a third. But let's say, for example, you had 10 backlinks from bippermedia.com, you would still only have one referring domain, because all 10 of those would be coming from one domain. I hope that makes sense. So the total number, the total volume of referring domains is one factor that influences your SEO authority score. The other factor is the overall authority of all of those referring domains. Okay, so not only does your site have an authority score, but all of the referring domains that you have pointing to your site, they also have an authority score. So the higher the total portfolio of those referring domains are, the more authoritative they are, the more of an impact you will have on achieving a higher authority score. Okay, and then the third factor is the total number of do follow backlinks from those referring domains. Okay, so in summary, there's two types of backlinks that you can have pointing to your site. One is a do follow backlink, meaning the referring domain is allowing their authority to pass through that link to your site. The other type is what's called a no follow backlink, and that is where a site has set some code so that the authority of their site does not pass through that link to your site, even though they would be a referring domain and you would have a backlink from the site. If it's a no follow backlink, that means no authority is going to pass through. So total number of referring domains, the overall authority of all of those referring domains, and the total number of do follow backlinks from those referring domains. Those three factors come together and give you your authority score. Okay, so now the number one most important, most common question, and the most important one that we get is that I hear all the time is, Bobby, how do we increase our SEO authority score? And that's a super important question, because remember, the higher your authority score is, the more ranking power you and your business have for higher rankings in Google Maps and in Google organic search. So the way you increase your authority score, which you may have guessed by now here in the description of what determines a score, the way you increase it is by increasing the total number of referring domains, the authority and the quality of those referring domains, and increasing the total number of do follow backlinks from those referring domains. The more of those that you build back to your site, the higher your SEO authority score is going to go. Okay, and now coming back to the scans that we see, looking at the top ranked sites, and we've looked at tens of thousands of search results. I look at search results all the time. I look at hyper competitive markets like car accident lawyers in Atlanta, or something like carpet cleaners in Chicago, or car dealers in Los Angeles. I'm constantly looking at very large markets, very competitive business categories. And on average, the businesses and the sites that are ranking at the very top of Google Maps and Google Organic, their scores on average are 30 or higher. Okay, so again, that 30 or higher gives you a benchmark so that you can kind of see how you line up with those scores. But then again, like I mentioned, I also know that over 98% of all of the scans that come through are scoring 10 or less. So with that being said, what I would like you to do, you see this book a call button right here. What we do here at Bipper Media is we can help you, and we help clients all over the world dramatically increase their SEO authority score. Okay, and we take clients from 0 to 30 plus in just a matter of 45 days on average. Okay, so we work with all types of businesses from all over the world. We know exactly what it takes to increase your SEO authority and boost your SEO authority score. And again, the higher that score goes, the more competitive you're going to be in Google Maps and in Google Organic Search. So we would love to talk to you. We'd love to help you out. Just go ahead and click the book a call button. And I'm going to show you here. It'll bring you here to this page where you can go ahead and pick a day on our calendar that works best for you. Just simply pick a day and then pick a time and hit confirm. Just fill out this form. Go ahead and schedule a call with us, and it will either be Ashley or Abigail, and they are our amazing in-house SEO experts. They would love to get on a call with you and talk you through this process. They will look at your website, your authority score. They'll also take a look at your competitors, and they'll see how you align with your toughest competitors in your market. And we'll be able to tell you exactly what you need to do to increase your authority score so that you can start ranking higher in Google Maps and in Google search. And obviously, the higher you rank, as you know, the higher you rank, that means you're going to get exponentially higher levels of traffic and phone calls from new customers in your market. So go ahead and let me see if I can hit the backlink here and get back to it. Yep. So for right here, just scroll down, hit the book a call button. That'll bring you to the calendar. Go ahead and schedule a call with us. We would love to talk to you, and we would love to walk you through and show you exactly what it will take for you to be competitive and achieve those highest rankings in Google Maps and Google Organic Search. So thank you again, and we look forward to talking to you.